Hey YouTube, I thought for the next learning series we would do how do Hammond organs and Leslie's work. This is my Hammond organ. It's kind of a Frankenstein. It started out as life as an E112. It was in a rather nice cabinet, but it was very heavy. So I did what they call chopping. And this is about its fifth rendition. I've had it several different ways, but this is the cabinet that it's in right now. It's pretty heavy. It's only one manual. This is the manual, the keys that you play. So that's basically that. Okay, so let's go over the different parts of the organ first. This is the manual. It's just like a piano. The keys are not weighted, and you can press one or all of them. They will all make notes, not like portable keyboards where you can only play so many notes at a time. This is full. You can play any notes that you want. The next set of controls are the drawbars. These are the drawbars. They shape the tone, they push in and out, and they have numbers on the ends of them. 16, 5 1/3, 8, 4, 2 2/3, 2, 1 3/5, 1 1/3, and 1 foot. Those are standard organ tones, and depending on how much of each one, these are like little volume controls. When they're all the way in, no sound comes out, and all the way out is as loud as that tone is. So depending on how far and which ones you pull out, you can shape the tone of the organ. These controls over here are my own design. These are the percussion and drawbar controls. There are two sets of drawbars, the lefts and the rights. There's only one manual, so they both work the same manual, but you choose which set of drawbars with this switch, left and right. So you can set this one. This set right now is what's called full organ tone, with you have none of the off tones. So this is a pure straight organ sound, and then you would set this one to something else like maybe a rock and roll sound, and you switch between the two with this switch. Now these sets of controls, the other three, are for what's known as percussion. Now I'll explain how all these parts work further in the video. This switch is 0, which means no percussion, 2, 3, and 5. Those are the tones that you use for the percussion sound. 2, 3, and 5 correspond to the drawbars over here that you're picking up for the tone of the percussion. Then you have fast and slow. This is the decay. This is how quickly the percussion tone drops off. If it's on fast decay, it's going to be loud and then go away quickly. If you put it on slow, obviously it will decay slower. And then this one is percussion volume, normal and soft. These controls here are for the Leslie. Now a Leslie is just a rotating speaker. Hammond made their own speakers for the organs. They were called tone cabinets. But the Leslie speaker actually rotates and gives dynamic sound to the organ. This switches the speed, chorale and tremolo, slow and fast, or off and fast depending on the type of Leslie. This is the main, ensemble, and echo. In main, you would have your tone cabinet. In echo would be the Leslie, and in the middle on ensemble is both. Then there's one more control, which is the expression pedal. You work this with your foot. Now most people think, oh, it's a volume control. Yes and no. It actually changes the tone as well as the loudness of the organ. That's why it's called an expression pedal. So if you work the expression pedal while you're playing the organ, you're actually affecting the tone too. Now let's go around to the back of the organ, where there are a few connections and one control. This is the power control. There's a 5 amp fuse. This is 120 volts in. This connection I run a Leslie foot pedal with. It's a pedal that I built. It adapts the organ output to the Leslie. You have speaker output, line output. The expression pedal plugs into there. Leslie output and tremolo switch from the front of the organ. So that's basically the outside of the organ. Now I'll do a little bit of theory, and then I'll show you the insides of the organ and how it all works.